More on Hurricane Milton, and with the storm fast approaching, many Gulf Coast residents are scrambling to secure their home and get out. Others are gathering supplies to try to ride out the storm. At least 9 Florida counties are under evacuation orders.
Let's go live to Christian Benavidez in St. Pete Beach, a barrier island just west of St. Petersburg. Christian.
Chris and Mary, good morning. And this is what some barrier island communities like St. Pete Beach currently look like, because you got to remember, less than 2 weeks ago, you had Hurricane Helene impact this area. Now they're trying to clean up before Hurricane Milton makes landfall, and they're quickly running out of time.
Strong winds and waves battered Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula overnight as Hurricane Milton barrels towards Florida's west coast.
If they have called for your evacuation order, I beg you, I implore you to evacuate.
Heavy highway traffic Monday showed that many Floridians are heeding those warnings, with a deadly storm surge as high as 15 feet forecast for some areas. Those planning to ride out the storm lined up for hours to fill sandbags.
With the last storm, we got flooded, so it's all about prepping this time.
Also to buy gasoline and dwindling supplies at stores, where some shelves are already empty.
Paper towel, water, and canned food boxes, everything. A lot of people is like going crazy buying stuff.
In Tampa, staff at this zoo are rushing to secure the animals before Milton makes landfall.
We do have a lot of what we call night houses, or buildings that the animals are used to going into.
The state has also set up a base camp at Tropicana Field with 10,000 beds set up for emergency workers.
This is one of the areas that was most impacted by the storm surge from Hurricane Helene, and now they're bracing for Hurricane Milton. If the current track holds, that storm surge here would be much, much worse. Chris and Mary.
Christian Benavidez live from Florida for us this morning. We appreciate that, Christian. Our coverage continues now with Elijah Westbrook, who is at Newark Liberty Airport.
What's happening with air travel this morning, Elijah?
Well, Mary and Chris, I hate to be the bearer of bad news this morning, but it's not looking so good if you're someone taking a flight down to Florida. It seems like almost every airport in that region is being impacted in some form or fashion. So right now, it's a good idea to check in with your carrier before getting to the airport. We also want to mention that airlines, they're putting out these travel advisories, letting folks know to take advantage of their waiver policies. This means if you end up canceling your trip because of this looming storm, it's possible that you could get a full refund or get booked on another flight on another day, of course, because today and tomorrow are the 2 biggest days that will likely get impacted in terms of air travel. Multiple airports are also set to close. Most notably at 9 a.m., Tampa Airport will shut down. We'll cease all operations until further notice. We're also seeing here Sarasota Airport will close at some point in the afternoon, and then as we look ahead, you have Orlando and Fort Myers airports scheduled to close tomorrow morning. So again, it's a good idea to check in with your airline before getting to the airport if you're specifically heading down in that region to see if your flight will be impacted. But again, the big talking points this morning are those airports that we just mentioned that are set to close, and those cancellation policies that you do want to take advantage of. As far as operations here at Newark Liberty International Airport, it doesn't seem like we've run into any folks who have been impacted, but of course that could change as the morning progresses. We're live this morning inside Terminal B here at Newark Airport. Elijah Westbrook, Chris, Mary, let's send it back to you.
Elijah, thank you. Be sure to stay with CBS News New York as we continue to track Hurricane Milton's path. Our first alert weather team will have the very latest details as this hurricane heads towards Florida. Look for updates on air, online, and on our free CBS News app.